Right, YouTube, it's the Shadow King King Nazru, here with a review of Rosario Vampire, Chapter 39. Skune has returned home since the school has been destroyed by Hitomi Ishigami's plan. Gotta hand it to her. Even though Hokuto was planning on causing chaos between both the human world and the monster world, destroying them both, Hitomi Ishigami at least managed to actually get the job done. Uh, And because of this, everybody has been sent to their families, and Skune has returned home. But we see that Skune wanted to keep in touch with the girls, so he gave them all his contact information. Gee, I don't see this backfiring in any sort of way. Oh, but what's this? It turns out that with that contact information, Mocha decided to come visit him. Whoops. So, both Skune and his mom are a bit surprised that she has come to visit, especially Skune, because he doesn't want her to, want his parents to figure out that Mocha's a monster and he goes to a school full of them. Mocha explores Skune's home as he tries to ponder how to not have his mom figure out she's a vampire, and to which Mocha starts asking if her arrival is a bit of a burden. She said she came because she feared that Skune might remain in the human world after all the things that's happened to him. But Skune shouts he'd never do that, but both of them are caught in shock of it, and this causes both of them to fall upon his bed and put them in a bit of an awkward position where they try to kiss, but then they suddenly hear someone say, "Ouch." And the noise came from Kurumu Kurino, hiding in Skune's bed after receiving his address. Great plan, Skune. And it turns out that her plan was to surprise him so she could meet his parents and be closer to him than the other girls. However, Mocha taps Kuruma on the shoulder, letting her know that she is there too, and her plan is a failure. Then, Mizure opens the closet, having overslept, and pretty much having the same plan as Kurumu, and is shocked to find Kurumu and Mocha. I reiterate, failure! Failure. And then Yukari comes through the window to meet Skune, but is shocked to find the other girls. I'm not sure if she had the same plan as the previous two, but if she did, it's also epic fail. Skune's mom tries to remain calm about the fact that Skune has a girl over at his house, and suddenly finds the girls fighting over him, and this causes her to faint for a bit. Then, when she regains consciousness, Skune's mom shouts why she wants to know what's with the multiple girls, and Skune says that they're all just friends who are visiting him. And the girls find this both shocking and mildly offended that Skune just considers them just friends. And Mocha comes to the deduction that Skune has been keeping the fact he goes to a school for monsters a secret, as well as their identity. And because if they knew about it, they would remove him from the school, and that would bring a whole lot of other problems. And she also realizes that they probably should not have come to his house at all. And the other girls start to feel guilty about this as well. Then we see Skune trying to take a shower to collect his thoughts and figure a way out of this mess. And Kurumu asks to come in. Kurumu asks if Skune if she caused any trouble to him by coming to his home, which he says no. And she says she's relieved and starts licking his finger, saying she wants to be his girlfriend and not just some friend. However, Mizure comes from a separate bathtub. Really? There are bathrooms with two bathtubs? Really? I didn't know that. Anyway, she was hiding in a separate bathtub and freezes Kurumu. And then she tells Skune she has come to make babies with him, even if she has to use violence. I really hope she's referring to using violence against the girls, because the alternative is disturbing. Yukari arrives to stop Mizre, but slips on a soap, taking off Kurumu's towels and revealing her ass. Seriously, what is with Akita and Kurumu's ass recently? I'm starting to think he likes Kurumu a lot. Anyway, Skune's mom tells her husband on the phone to come home and handle the situation by teaching her son about sexual education, when suddenly she overhears Kurumu chasing Mizre for having Skune see her naked, and Skune's mom faints. And Kurumu and Mizre start fighting in the street, wagering that the loser must leave Skune forever. And Kurumu continue their fight, done in a DBZ style, suggesting that there should be a particular crossover. They start destroying parts of the street, and Skune fears that people will discover their monsters. Skune's mom wakes up, and Mocha apologizes for the trouble she and the others brought, and she confirms that they're just friends from the newspaper club and nothing more. Skune's mom remembers Skune mentioning how Mocha was nice to him, and how he started to get a lot of friends with the school, and she thanks him for it. Then we cut to Kurumu and Mizure still continuing to destroy the neighborhood, even starting to draw blood from each other. And Yukari tries to stop them, but just makes things worse. Desperate, Skune starts to consider turning from human to vampire form to stop the girls, but Mocha arrives to assure him that everything will be alright. Mocha then hugs Skune and incites the other girls' jealousy, except Yukari, who wants a threesome with Skune and Mocha, and they try to kill her. Mocha uses Skune's hand to remove the rosary, causing the girls to realize they've been duped, and as Mocha turns into Inner Mocha. That is some fine planning. She's been really clever lately. Inner Mocha is very pissed that she has to settle the squabbles of the other girls, and tells them to know their place as she defeats them with a single kick. Then Inner Mocha says one of the greatest things you could ever say in a harem anime and manga. Oh, sorry about that, that's just the phone. Just wait for it to update. It's not very important. Should be off that now. Okay, so as I was saying, Inner Mocha says one of the most important things that could ever be said in a harem manga and anime. Inner Mocha says that this all happened because Skune was indecisive about who his girlfriend should be, and while it's okay now, sooner or later he's going to have to pick one. I am so glad somebody said this, because this proves that despite how some people think that this is just a typical harem manga, this is contradicting that fact, because they are actually taking this story seriously and its concept, and that one day Skune is going to have to choose between these girls. Thank you! The next day, Ruby and the bus driver come to take the girls home because they caused all the ruckus, despite Kurumu's protest to stay with Skune a bit longer, and are bid farewell by everyone, including Kyo. Skune promises that he'll meet the girls again next school year, thus relieving them. And that's the end of that part of the story. We also get a bit of a mini-comic explaining that why Mizure always sucks a lollipop. and it's because it's to help keep her body cool through magic. Just roll with it. Uh, we also get to see that Lilith from the previous two chapters is being reformed by Mikogami and is starting to work for her. Work for him now. All in all, this is a fine chapter. Um, we get to see in this story in Rosario Vampire on a comedic note. Well, technically we have one more chapter left, but we got to end it on a comedic note, but also delve into the serious tones uh, that that and see that Rosario Vampire is going to deviate from some of the harem manga's tropes, where the hero always just remains indecisive on which girl he wants. So we'll see how that turns out when we get into those chapters. Now, we'll head into the final chapter of Rosario Vampire, Year 1, and make our way towards Rosario Vampire 2.